I don't know, Ali. Do you have your timeline handy?
I
Have you
have
got your
my timeline
timeline?
handy.
You got your timeline handy? Let's get that up on the screen so
Let
we can
me window
show
capture my
everyone the timeline.
Photoshop.
Yep. Have you?
What you considered a lot. I think it kind of
Mm,
happened a lot around the year 2018, right?
mm, yeah.
Because there was a lot of isekai then. Then you had Slime, Ragnarok, How to Not Be.
So this is talking about when the web novels came
Oh,
out versus the anime.
yeah. First were the ones that proved that you could have, or at least sort of the line was the proof that you could have a amateur work could make it to be an anime.
Yeah,
And when
via the
Sword Art
pipeline. Yeah,
Online became an anime, these authors thought, "Oh damn, we can be an anime.
yeah, and
Let's
so they're
write
probably
something
yeah.
similar, kind of similar to Sword Art Online, but we will do these guys because we like these guys' stories. So these
Yeah,
guys wrote
and we've
this,
talked before.
or that there was mods of Arma 2, you know. I'm missing a little bit more history in that sense.
Y'all gonna have to give me some lore rundown. Are most mangas posted here and picked up by Okay, so how it usually works is, so you have Shosetsu, right? And on Shosetsu, you have people posting these stories, right? And then what happens is those stories will get popular, and as they get more popular, you'll have publishing companies will be like, "Hey, this story is popular. Let's get in touch with the author. Let's get this put into a light novel format, right? So then it will get published into a light novel, and then that light novel will get circulated
Popular.
through, popular. It'll be pumped out, right? And then as that gets more popular, then you'll have the same publishing companies will be like, hey, let's get in touch with an anime studio and we'll start up a production and we'll get this rolling. And this is a process that usually takes a number of years. I don't know, Ali, do you have your timeline handy?
I
Have you
have
got your
my timeline
timeline?
handy.
You got your timeline handy? Let's get that up on the screen so
Let
we can
me window
show
capture my
everyone the timeline.
Photoshop.
Yep. Have
Where
you been
is it?
working on a new one? Have you? Have you been?
Not really, but I have it open
Okay.
anyway. Where is? Oh, here it is.
Right. Let's get
Transition to
that
Photoshop.
transition. It's because Ali here, for the
Oh,
last few years, you've been making these timelines of sort of where the isekais come from, right? Where the boom came from, right?
mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for it to pop up on the screen so I can talk about it. So I'm kind of. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. So as you can see, you might have to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so
Yeah,
good people can
I'll
see.
have to hear.
Yeah. So as you can see, right. I'll let you explain it. It's your bloody
All right, so
timeline. You talk about it.
I don't see the chat right now. Oh, I'm going to mess things up. Never mind.
Oh no,
Oh
I've
no,
got the
no.
chat open. I can tell you if anyone's asking
All right,
questions.
no, just checking if the OBS still plays nice. Forget the names. I moved the logos and the names didn't follow. Ignore the names. So basically, when did the isekai boom happen? Kind of depends on what you consider a lot. I think it kind of happened a lot around the year 2018, right?
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of isekai then. Then you had Slime, Ragnarok, How to Not Be.
This is talking about when the web novels came
Oh,
out versus the anime.
yeah, messing things up in Photoshop.
Yeah, because you can see on the timeline, you'll have the boom happen in the web novel and the light novel category, and then if you fast forward like a few years,
Yes.
then all of a sudden you'll see the anime boom happen.
So there's a slight caveat that this only is first appearances. So the second season of Konosuba won't show up in 2017 or 18.
Yeah. This is just showing like when the first anime came out, basically.
Yes. So, you had 2012 was basically the big boom in Shosatsu.
Right.
Mushoku Tensei, Konosuba, Slime, Smartphone Restaurant, Seven Sun, all came out in or first written in that year, and they were all and a bunch of them got adaptations only into light novels a year later. Konosuba.
Yeah. So the web novel to light novel pipeline's a lot faster than the light novel to anime pipeline, or web novel to anime pipeline.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. So yeah, it is interesting when you visualize it. I've always liked these timelines because it's really good to visualize, because you can see how many names pop up, right? And you can go, damn, there was this big wave that happened between that time, and then it kind of tapers off closer to the end of the timeline, and then with the anime one you can see, holy moly, the anime then picks up. So
there's I was getting brushes and whatnot. I have a fancy screen to draw on.
Oh boy, we're getting fancy.
I need to do that. But yeah,
work in progress. It's all still we're working on it.
The stupid thing doesn't every time I do that. Yes,
so might have to work on it, but yeah. So the deep lore is basically that there is this pipeline that exists, and we in the past have always kind of lamented the fact that it doesn't really get talked about, because you have what I've always described as anime only tunnel vision, where people just see the anime, right, and they see, oh, that anime's coming. There's like 5 isekais or something, right? That come out or whatever, and they may or may not understand that it's based off like a manga or a web novel or a light novel or whatever. But they don't really address that. They just kind of act like, oh, the anime bloody just came out of thin air. The anime studios got together and they decided Konosuba needs to exist, and now Konosuba exists, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that is very reductive and not I know that a lot of people probably just don't give a shit, which I guess is fine, right? If you don't give a shit. But if you actually care about the media, it's good to know, hey, this is the lineage of where it comes. It's like when you're talking about like a book adaptation, right? It's good to know, hey, Lord of the Rings is a book by, Tolkien, and then that became a movie, and then that became the big deal. Like it's good to know these things, because then you can trace back the lineage of where the art comes from to the author, right?
Yeah, and a couple of things, like Sword Art Online was first written in 2002, and it got an adaptation in 2009. As a light novel.
So that should give you an idea of, and even before the anime Sword Art Online was popular, right? Which is something that might not, like, it's not like the anime came out and then all of a sudden Sword Art Online is the most popular thing that's ever been made, right?
Yeah, and so it's my theory, my literary theory is that Sword Art Online and Gate were kind of the first, were the ones that proved that you could have, or at least Sword Art Online was the proof that you could have a amateur work could make it to be an anime.
Yeah.
And when Sword Art Online became an anime, these authors thought, oh damn, we can be an anime.
Yeah.
Dude, let's write something similar, kind of similar to Sword Art Online, but we will do these guys because we like these guys' stories. So these guys were
and we've talked before about the debate about whether or not Sword Art Online actually is an isekai.
It isn't. We've
had that debate. It isn't, but it is very important to talk about in terms, as you're pointing out, the lineage, right? Because as you said, it did kind of prove the formula works, right?
I would, but
Of
it's one caveat in that I think Zero no Tsukaima is the first isekai, kinda, and it got an anime here. And of course,
mm,
then you have Drifters and Overlord and all these other
yeah,
kind of stemming, because Zero no Tsukaima is kind of a Harry Potter without the slavery.
without the slavery, yeah,
And then, of course, all these shows did, hey, let's do Harry Potter with slavery.
yeah, right, right.
And then, of course,
So yeah,
it became
yeah,
faster and faster, where shows got where you write a story and it gets a light novel within the year, and then of course it speeds up stuff like Mushoku Tensei got a real long time before it got an adaptation. No, I don't want that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But,
Mushoku Tensei only recently got it. Yeah.
It got kind of a bit faster here. Let's see, we got a show like this show right here. It is only 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
Right.
4 years
Right.
for 300 years of Killing Slime, and also this show is the same year. So it got pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. So the process has been getting faster over time. And it also depends on the work itself.
Yeah, and of course, Mushoku Tensei still got like 8 years before it got an anime. So
yeah, so there's other factors involved, obviously, that we kind of that's where like the mystery kind of comes in, and why I would like to know, like, have these interviews, right, with authors and directors and stuff being more available in English, I guess. Because obviously you could just learn Japanese and read interviews from them in Japanese. But in terms of like improving the general like Western otaku knowledge base, that's why I think that is very important. Because if there are interviews out there that go into, okay, why did it take this long for Mushoku Tensei to get an anime, right? What was the process involved, right? Was it licensing disagreements? Was it publishing disagreements? Was it not disagreements at all? Was it just, oh, they didn't decide to do it until now? You know, like there's factors that we don't know, right?
Yeah,
that
and
I would like to know.
This show is where the girl is super gay before the other show where the girl is super gay.
Before the proto gay.
Super gay came all the way out in the same year as Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah. Yeah,
this is a girl from Dad. Dad, I'm gay. I'm not going to marry a man. And,
I'm gay. Yeah.
And Mushoku Tensei took 8 years. This show took 10 years.
Yeah. Why was that? Why did that happen? You know.
And of course, I didn't look up.
Who knows?
I didn't look up the show from this year. That was also girls. I'm super gay. Who knows where that came from?
The timeline is constantly evolving. Yeah.
Yes.
So to cap off, right? This has been a deep lore session. Might have to timestamp this when I get to doing the timestamps. I'll look at doing that because it's interesting because it is interesting stuff, you know, and it is talking about the knowledge base stuff, right? So to cap it off, yeah, there is a pipeline. There is a timeline of something that going from original material to adaptation, right? And it's interesting to talk about, and I'm glad that videos like this from this random guy are finally starting to address this. Even if it's not 100% accurate yet, it's good that the conversation is now starting to enter the consciousness, right? Because hopefully it will lead to us finding out the answers to those question marks that we still have, right? And figuring it out.
Yeah.
So anyway,
this is all. I did include manga in this section because Drifters, for one, Drifters is a manga. Started out as a manga, and stuff like No Game No Life started as a light novel. Also, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord started as a light novel. So there is still a mix of published works. I collectively called them.
Yeah.
But yeah. this here is a big part of why there's so many stories of them. Because there are a lot of these. There's a lot of these.
Yeah. Alrighty. So I'll let you switch back to the video.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just let me know when you switch back. So I
I've
can hit play,
switched.
so.